Your Majesty, what are you doing? It's freezing out there. And you're just absolutely not covered up at all. Well, I suppose you do have your own fire, but aren't you the least bit cold? It's been freezing. I'm bundled up and I'm still just suffering out there. I mean, I guess it's true. You are pretty mighty. Anyways, I wanted to take this opportunity while you were relaxing from your hard day and ask you if I could give you a present. Wonderful. Alright, let me go grab it. So, I have a card for you, and I also have a present inside of this tin. First, let me show you the card. I know that the card is a little small. It's more me size than it is you size, but I still wanted to give it to you to show my appreciation. Dear Your Majesty, thank you so much for your kindness, for your caring, and your desire to be the best that you can be and help others be the best they can be as well. Thank you. Sincerely, your kind, caring assistant. It's been such an honor to receive this position from you, and I hope that I am delivering on my promises to you as an assistant. Thank you. So, the tin that I have here, it's just a very, it's not that big, but it's big enough to store what I have in here for you. You got any guesses? Oh, I know you're not big on surprises, but I still want to see you guess. You're close. Or maybe you're right. I don't know what you answered. I can't hear you. There are cookies. I baked you some fresh cookies for the holidays. There's a mixture of them in here. I see some chocolate chip. I see some oatmeal. I see some sugar ones with sprinkles. There's just many here for you to choose from, Your Majesty. I baked them all with one secret ingredient though. And that is love. Corny, right? I try to be corny. Sometimes it makes you laugh. And I think that it's very cute when you laugh. So feel free to help yourself to any of these at any point. I will leave these by your desk so that you can easily access them later. And I can also leave the card by your desk, if that's okay with you. Awesome. Huh? Oh, you look very tired, Your Majesty. Why don't you just go ahead and relax? You've had a very long day. I can maybe induce some of that ASMR phenomenon on you some more. I mean, the lid of this does sound pretty good, I have to admit. I'm an avid listener myself. Try my hardest to be kept up with what you're interested in. Yeah, I have been growing out my fingernails. Mostly for the tapping, but I don't know. I just think I look better with them, don't you agree? You're so kind, Your Majesty. So what's been going on today? I only have a little bit of the gist of it. Unfortunately, I just had to take a break at some point. It got way too cold. I was about to have hypothermia. I was about to go for a swim today to catch your local fish. Just so the chef could actually have some fresh fish to work with instead of market bought from other towns. Unfortunately, during the swim, the water almost froze on me. It's been getting way too cold. I'm surprised it hasn't snowed yet. Although usually we don't receive snow until around the 20th, and it's only the 10th. Hold on one second, you appear to have some very tough dirt in there. Why don't I grab this potion here and spray it for a moment? Just to get it out of there. Is that okay with you? Awesome. Let me just... shake this up a little bit more to make sure that it's good and ready. Alright, hold still for me. I'm just gonna do a couple of sprays real quick just to make sure that you're good. Awesome. That should be plenty enough, even though the sprayer did kind of do a little bit less than I was expecting. That's fine. You live and you learn. Here, why don't you get all nice and cozy? Let me just... Have you ever heard of the sound of your blanket rustling over your ears? It's one of the most relaxing sounds I've ever had, just when I'm resting for the night. I need to rub my hands together for a moment first. It's very cold. My fingers almost fell off. Alright, I want you to go ahead and lay down, and I will go ahead and get the blanket nice and comfy, and you will have the coziest sleep you've had in a while, Your Majesty. Thank you so much again. Go ahead, lay down. Alright, I'm now just basically massaging the blanket over you. It feels nice, right? It sounds nice too. Thank you again for your acceptance of me. You know, I used to not be very special back in my hometown. I was seen as somebody who was underprepared for the real world. Unreliable. I just didn't really know enough to be considered an adult like everybody else. And by the time I did end up becoming an adult, I was still underprepared. My parents had no faith that I would get anywhere. But then I looked up to you as a best you that you can be. And for that, I thank you. My life would not be where it was emotionally if not for you. You mean so much to me, and I tell you this every single night. Maybe that's why you like me so much, because I tend to flatter you, but it's true. A lot of my life is dependent on you and the way you taught people, the way that you helped people. And I would never repay that for any other path. I don't regret what happened to me when I was younger, but sometimes it is a little bit complex to think about. I'm just kind of confused always, but you've been so patient and so kind, despite the way that I sometimes slur through my words and don't really know what to say next. I'm trying, and I think that you appreciate that being the important part. Thank you. It's always nice when I get to give you massages. It helps me feel close to you. And I almost feel like it's a different kind of bond when it gets like that and we need massages and little pampering sessions. Maybe one day. One day something special will happen for your kind karma, for sure. You definitely deserve it, for sure. Thank you. Don't worry about telling me what you want for breakfast tomorrow. I already know. I know your usual. I've memorized it week after